Your point seemed to be that there's too much focus on targets and not enough on the technology.
Well,
And
basically what
working.
I want is more plan
Yeah.
that says quantitatively
Right.
how do we achieve our targets. If we say 15% by 2020, I want people to know what is a realistic way for that to be achieved. What does that mean in terms of the auto sector? What does it mean in terms of housing? What does it mean in terms of the power sector? Quantitatively, how can this be accomplished? What are decisions that have to be taken?
Right.
And the main point is that simply setting a target can be setting us up for disappointment, and simply believing that cap and trade will be sufficient to accomplish these goals, I think, is a mistake, because when you have major technologies that need to be tested, demonstrated, when you have land use that needs to be changed, when you need to develop a new kind of power grid, all the things we're discussing, those will not be solved by cap and trade alone. And I think everybody knows that. But what we need to do is have the sequence of investments, the public understanding, the strategy. We have to debate issues that are quite controversial, like nuclear power, so that we have a sense of how we're going, what we need to do now, how not only to aim for something better, but actually to achieve it. And that's mainly what I'm talking about.
Do you think that we're being distracted too much now by that discussion over cap and trade and targets? Because it seems like that's what everyone's talking about.
I think cap and trade and targets have come to dominate, in a way, our public discussion about this, and we don't have enough of the sense of the real strategy that can get us from here to where we need to go. And we need to see the numbers and the curves, and we need to understand what areas of priority investment and development should be, like carbon capture and sequestration. Are we going to do it? Does it work? We have to find out. What are we going to do about nuclear power? What are we going to do about a new grid in this country? All of those are big societal decisions that are a major part of solving this puzzle that I believe need to be discussed, debated, agreed on in our country.
Yeah.
And I think it would very much help us to reach the kinds of goals that are very important for us, that we are setting, but that we won't be able to meet simply by cap and trade alone.
Right. And lastly, it seems like carbon capture is such a stigmatized technology in the environmental community. How can we move past that stigma? I mean, the idea.
See, I find it shocking that it would be stigmatized, because the world's going to use a tremendous amount of coal, whether the environmental community wants it or not. China and India are coal-based economies. They're going to use it, so we better explore as very concertedly as we possibly can the potential for this carbon capture and sequestration. It may be our most important hope. And to just dismiss it doesn't mean that countries are going to stop using coal. It just might mean that we're dismissing one of our best options.